Amanda Bragg was involved at the Lincoln Community Playhouse, both on stage and behind the scenes. She started PJ's Baby Cakes, Lincoln's first specialty cupcake shop, and she supported the Playhouse by donating treats for concession sales. She also played the piano, clarinet, and guitar. Historian and author John Carter was the senior research folklorist and associate editor for the State Historical Society, where he worked for almost 40 years. He also served as a consultant for many documentary films, including several produced by Ken Burns. Judy Cole was a vocal performance professor at the UNL School of Music for 28 years. Irene Diamante formerly lived in New York City, where she was a rockette for many years. Mary Gormley was a founder of the Lincoln Quilters Guild and helped document quilts for the Nebraska Quilt Project survey in the 1980s. She helped bring the International Quilt Study Center and Museum to Lincoln and was a frequent volunteer. Her collection of doll quilts and her quilt library were acquired by the center, which also has a reading room named in her honor. John Haroon sang with the Lincoln Light Opera and in the Holiday Concert Singers at Mally Keelan's annual Christmas show. John was also involved with Tada, Pinewood Bowl, the Lincoln Community Playhouse, Lincoln Choral Artists, and the Lincoln East High Band Boosters. Longtime journalist Dick Herman worked for the Lincoln Journal for more than 35 years. He covered education and state government before serving as editor of the editorial page for about 20 years. The work of textile artist Judith James was inspired by the landscapes of the plains. Her artwork was exhibited throughout the U.S. as well as England, France, Switzerland, and South Korea. She also taught textile and foundation design at UNL. A native of the Republic of Burundi, Chantal Kalisa became a professor and director of women's and gender studies at UNL. As a published author, her work focused on global women's rights, feminism, women's literature, and the Rwandan genocide, which took the lives of many of her relatives. Attorney Norman Langemock served on the boards of Lincoln City Libraries and the Library Foundation and was a member of the Foundation's Central Library Committee. He was a member of the First Plymouth Choir for more than 30 years and a member of the Auburn Music Chorus. Marjorie Larson served on the Lincoln Community Playhouse Board and acted in several Playhouse productions. She was a member of Friends of Opera and a volunteer at Gear Branch Library. Holocaust survivor Dr. Lou Leviticus was a member of the Humanities Nebraska Speakers Bureau and the author of a book about his escape from the Nazi regime at age 11. He was involved with the Angels Theater Company and translated the Dutch Holocaust play The Train for its world premiere in Lincoln. That collaboration of the Angels, the Third Chair Chamber Players, and the Lead Center won the 2008 Mayor's Arts Award for Outstanding Event. Jean Marie Lewis was an accomplished photographer, a longtime member of the Writers Group, a bookstore owner, and an environmental activist. Her most recent work on Czech and Bohemian culture in Nebraska was published in connection with the 2010 Great Plains Studies Symposium. In the 1960s, jazz enthusiast Augie Macaluso brought many famous artists to Lincoln, including Duke Ellington, Count Basie, and Woody Herman. Painter Barry Monahan exhibited both nationally and in Europe. His work is part of many private and corporate collections. Songwriter Betty Lou Levine loved big band music. With the help of her cousin and a friend, she achieved her dream of creating a big band CD. More than 300 people attended the release party in 2011, and she was featured on NET's Nebraska Stories. Special event photographer Bob Olson was known as the Picture Man. He was also a mentor to many, especially college students interested in photography. Anita Raybould and her late husband Russ founded B&R Stores, and she served as secretary and treasurer of the board of the family grocery chain. Russ's Markets won a Mayor's Arts Award in 2013 for its support of the Lincoln Community Playhouse. Anita was also an avid painter and quilter and a member of the Lincoln Artists Guild. Denny Schneider began playing trumpet in his father's big band at age 14 and first played with the Lincoln Symphony at age 17. He He became the principal trumpet for the symphony and the Nebraska Chamber Orchestra and had his own big band in the 1970s and 80s. He was a UNL music professor for 36 years, and his awards included the International Trumpet Gold Award of Merit in 2012. Musician and educator Dwayne Schultz was band and orchestra director at Lincoln Northeast for 21 years and taught at 5 LPS elementary schools. He is a member of the Nebraska Music Educators Hall of Fame and received the group's Lifetime Achievement Award. He played in the Lincoln and Omaha Symphonies, the Lincoln Municipal Bands, and many dance bands, including his own combo. He was also known as Professor Schulzenheimer. He invented and played over 150 unusual instruments, including the oil can, blowtorch, and door spring. Publisher and philanthropist James Seacrest helped raise millions for NET, the Hickson Lead College of Fine and Performing Arts, and many other organizations. He held board leadership positions with the Nebraskans for Public Television, the Museum of Nebraska Art in Kearney, the Nebraska Cultural Endowment, and the UNL Friends of Opera. He and his wife Rhonda received a 2003 Mayor's Arts Award and a 2006 Governor's Arts Award. Other honors include the Award of Merit from the Hickson Lead College, the first annual Golden Baton Award from Lincoln Symphony Orchestra, and the UNL Nebraska Builder Award. Actor Joel Story performed in productions of the Lincoln Community Playhouse, Flatwater Shakespeare Company, the Nebraska Repertory Theater, and the Haymarket Theater. Dave Trupp played drums on Zager and Evans' 1969 hit In the Year 2525, the only #1 hit ever to come out of Lincoln. He also played with famous artists like Buddy Guy, Howlin' Wolf, and the Everly Brothers. A band he formed in Colorado called Cotton became the first band to play the Zoo Bar. Virginia Ginny Welty documented quilts and their histories as part of the Nebraska Quilt Project and was a member of the Lincoln Quilters Guild. She was a volunteer and supporter of the International Quilt Study Center and Museum.